One of the most daunting things for landlords in California is evictions. Everyone hates them, and they usually get dragged out for a long time and lose you a lot of money. So, today we're going to talk about what the eviction process is and then how to actually navigate it. Hi everyone, Jarrett with PMI Riverside here. We're a professional property management company in Riverside, California. We currently manage over $30 million worth of real estate, and in today's video, we're going to talk about how to navigate the eviction process in California. Now, evictions are tough, okay? But with the right knowledge, you can handle them with confidence. So, what is the eviction process? Well, the eviction process, by definition, is a legal procedure used to remove a tenant who has violated their lease. Now, to be clear, you must have what is called just cause for eviction, or you could face legal consequences like lawsuits or fines. The general process includes serving a notice, filing an unlawful detainer lawsuit, attending court, and, if necessary, obtaining a writ of possession. It's important to follow California's specific eviction laws to avoid any legal missteps. Now, I am by no means a lawyer, so do your own research and make sure you don't shoot yourself in the foot, okay? My word's not end all be all. I do know a little bit more than the general public, though. Now, eviction should be a last resort, okay? Used only when the tenant's actions are significantly disrupting your rental arrangement. Some situations that might require an eviction include persistent non-payment of rent, lease violations like unauthorized pets or tenants, property damage, illegal activities, or if the tenant refuses to leave after the lease expires. These actions can negatively affect the property's value and rental income, which makes eviction necessary in some cases. To start the eviction process, the first step is going to be serving the tenant an actual notice. So, if the issue is something like non-payment of rent, you'll issue what is called a pay or quit notice, giving the tenant probably around 3 days to pay or vacate, right? It's a 3-day pay or quit notice. If the tenant is violating the lease in other ways, like having unauthorized pets or guests, you issue a 3-day cure or quit notice, allowing them time to fix that issue. Now, if the situation is more severe, like they have a meth lab in their basement, an unconditional quit notice might be necessary, where there is no time given for the tenant to fix the issue, they just have to leave. Now, if the tenant doesn't actually comply with that, which they usually don't, the next step is filing an unlawful detainer lawsuit. This is the formal process to request an eviction and schedule a court hearing. During that hearing, you're going to present evidence such as documentation of the lease, and as well as your issue and your attempts to resolve it. If the court rules in your favor, the tenant is legally required to leave. And if they don't, you can obtain what is called a writ of possession, which allows law enforcement to actually forcefully go and remove the tenant. To avoid future evictions, there are a few strategies you can implement. First, conduct thorough tenant screening, including credit checks, background checks, and eviction history. This helps ensure you're renting to someone who is reliable and financially responsible. Clear lease terms are also really essential here. You want to make sure that your lease outlines specific rules, such as pet policies and guest limits. When expectations are clearly set, the tenants are less likely to violate the terms, right? Now, another key factor here is communication, okay? You want to make sure to stay in touch with your tenants and address those concerns early, giving them a chance to discuss any issues, right? Keep an open line of communication, and that can prevent problems from escalating. Additionally, always make sure to keep documentation of literally everything. It is so crucial if legal action becomes necessary, okay? And I'm going to be honest, being a landlord in California can be really tough. You're going to be able to follow all the right steps, and you can still end up in a bad situation where you lose a lot of money. Again, the eviction process is one of the most daunting parts of the job, okay? You can't make it the end of the world. At the end of the day, you're taking action to fix your problem, and you're going to get through it, okay? If this is your first time facing eviction, I recommend reaching out to someone you trust for help. Whether it's a real estate lawyer or even a judge, getting expert advice can make the process go smoother and quicker.